So you can see here, there's a lot of picture. Each picture tells what I'm doing. I work in potatoes, do water quality analysis, work in corn, snap beans, hemp that I didn't show the picture here. You will see it tomorrow. Real hemp. I would like to thank all the agents who helped me working on the BMP meeting and made this job a little easier for me. Okay, so we would like to go over first the BMP definition. It's basically a combination of practices that a farmer has to follow to improve the water quality and maintain the TMDLs. So TMDLs, if you all aware, the total maximum daily load. That means how much nitrates and the phosphorus you can a water body can receive and still maintain the water quality standards. That's called TMDLs. And so this is a pretty much a definition I stole from FDAX. It's a validity. I don't want to change it. So my job, all right, I have to turn it on maybe. It works. It doesn't. Move the slides. All right. So my job is, if you see at the bottom, vegetable and agronomy crops, that's where I work. So I'm collaborating many agents that work in this field, agronomy and vegetables. Nutrient management, that's where I work. Most of my work focus on the nutrient management. We have irrigation management specialist, Dr. Lakesh Sharma. He's here. Can you raise your hand? So he works in irrigation. So it's a combination of several different things that allow us to develop BMPs. It's not a one-person job. It's a combination of many people that develop these BMPs. So I just want to show you. Okay, here's the success story. How many of you can guess what is it? This is a sorghum Sudan grass. You have never seen that big sorghum Sudan grass. This is planted right after potato harvest, and most of this was planted at the rate of 10 pounds per acre. And I work with the farmers to the mini grant, and we put 20 pounds per acre. And the bigger question was that the sunflower crops actually do hold nematodes, but I counter question that. So if we are using soil remediation, then we are taking care of that anyways. So let's do that and see if the nematode population is still under control. If we increase the rate, we did increase the rate on first year on a 50-acre parcel. It went really good. We improved the organic matter, and after that, this was happening. So it was 20 pounds per acre rate, double than all other farmers. And also the height, this tractor is 15 feet high. So you can see it's almost hidden in this cover crop. And this was a great story. We have, if I let you go a little bit on it, this is how it looks like. The tractor is almost hidden. And we need a special equipment to bury this cover crop. And thank you, St. John Water Management District, Stacy probably here somewhere, or maybe online. They helped this farmer to buy this chopper to bury this much biomass. And what's the benefit of it? Okay, we have a lot of biomass now on the floor. This is what happened. This kind of equipment also could link up with the nitrogen applicator, which he can use to apply nitrogen for his next crop. So it is basically saving a task. So you don't need to come back and apply nitrogen because you already applied with this. So this was around $100,000 equipment. We bought it through Water Management District, and this farmer is really happy. On the top, if I go back, I would like to show you the text. The organic matter on this soil, and we're talking about the potato area in St. Augustine, was sand. It's a beach sand. So the organic matter was around 0.4%. But when we was doing it over the 2-year period, it moved to 1.6%. It's very easy to move if the organic matter is really low to a level, but after that, it's kind of stagnant. It improves on a very, very slow process. So, but he saw a big bump in his yield in potatoes, and the trick is he's planting all this sorghum Sudan grass right after potato harvest. There is no window of fallow period. So there is no fallow period right away. Next week he planted that. So there's a lot of leftover nitrogen from potatoes that goes into this cover crop. And we are pretty happy with that. So there's other programs that are running around. Wind Mussolini, soil moisture sensor. I think that is Lakesh Sharma is involved here on the soil moisture sensor initiative. That helps to improve the water quality through applying less moisture, required amount of moisture to the crop, so that the crop, the water don't let it go down in the soil profile and leach all the nutrients. So this is an important aspect. That's why I was saying my job is nutrient management, and there's another irrigation specialist that takes care of the moisture side. On your right hand side, this is a compost application from all the way 0 to 6 ton, and the experiment was to try if there is any benefit of applying the compost in soil production. This is the emerging farmer symposium. So there's a lot of new farmers, beginner farmers, and some are emerging farmers that attend these kind of workshops. So it's important. That's also a success story for the BMP mini grant. I would like to emphasize that this is a sap testing technique. You can use it for, you don't need to send your sample to all the way to the lab once you know that the correlation between the sap tester and the nitrogen. So it is basically a quick method to detect your nutrient status and also the quality of your produce. And rather than waiting for 1 week to 10 days to get back the results and make your decisions depending on that. So these are some of the agents that are doing a great job. I would like to highlight that. This is an iron deficiency in the green beans. Who thought of iron deficiency in Florida? There's a lot of iron and I'm aware that it's phosphorus, but there it is. In the southern side, there is a bean that are being deficient in iron. There's a field piece, our entire growth was almost hampered by the iron deficiency. So there's all these kind of decision making. All information came from the agents itself. So this is a very helpful BMP mini grant program that helping our farmers in making some smart decisions over their crops. Not only the basic fundamental and applied science, some of the agents are highly involved on the precision agriculture side. So they use drone spray applications and health detection, plant health detection using the drone technology and we haven't reached to a point where you can use the drone and smartly make your decisions on the nutrient management. We do not have that technology yet in place commercially. It is in place in Midwestern states for corn and scouting options. So if you are aware that potatoes, there's an IPM program. They do a scouting. Basically, you go out in the potato field and you see if there's any disease or any insect attack, and that way you can actually create your measures remediation program in place. But that's expensive. You need, like, if you have 2,000 to 5,000 acres of potatoes, it needs so many people to scout. Now you have a drone, it can detect where those patches are, where you have a stress. And that way you don't need to put 10 people to go out and scout the field when you have a drone that can tell you in a minute, all right, you have covered that. Napa cabbage, Bridget Fletcher, I don't know if she's attending online literacy. The Napa cabbage is not native to Florida, but I think Chrissy did a good job on Napa cabbage production in Florida and North. east around St. Augustine area. I think it's a DD farm that is growing Napa cabbage to improve the market, and I believe he may be the only person growing Napa cabbage in Florida. So we have a success story on the cover crop from the Panhandle side. So I'm mostly on the northeastern Panhandle side and southern side. So I want to cover the Panhandle side too. So Libby Johnson, she left us for Auburn, I believe. Libby, we miss you, and she did a great job. And we have with that kind of a BMP mini grant demo trial, the farmer actually get a cost share from on its cover crop expense around $75 an acre, and that is a BMAP area. A BMAP area is basically an area which is affected with the nitrates and phosphorus, and it's basically a lot of guidelines for it. It's a Jackson Blue Spring in a Panhandle area. Okay, so cover crop, different cover crops being used. So here's a different cover crop. We can show it to farmers. There's a demonstration trial. Here's a field activity for that. So there are a lot of farmers interest for that to see how the different cover crops look like. Can we use a mix? Because after agronomy, if you are on the agronomy side, after harvesting around August, September, your ground is fallow. So what can you do with that? That's where we can plant our cover crop that can stay all the way from October to February. You know, if somebody has to survive the winter of Florida. Lots of efforts are being in place for precision agriculture, the handheld sensor, the pesticide sensors, and satellite imagery that are helping our farmers in making smart decisions. And I would like to thank all the extension agents who are doing that work. Issues. So moving forward, we have an issues. The soil moisture sensor is an expensive and sometimes hard to understand technology, so we need the help from agents. So we want to continue the BMP mini grant program to help our growers and extension agents to expand this program. Soil. So we have different kind of soils. Within the soil profile, you have different horizons. If you have heard of Horizon O, Horizon A, Horizon B, Horizon C, these are the horizons that behave differently for soil moisture. So we need a different depth soil moisture to develop a variable rate irrigation system for any crop. All right, so if we are using the sensors, then it's a wheat with maturing wheat with so many colors. So if we calibrate our sensors for one variety, can we use it for another variety? Those are the questions we have to answer in the near future. If we have the same variety with different colors, and most of the sensor can detect the green color, but they can't detect the purple color, so how we would work with that kind of situation? Weather patterns. You are seeing there are some droughts, and next week there are floods. I was reading news that the week before in Fort Lauderdale there's a drought announcement, and next week there was a flood everywhere. So those are some of the drastic and dramatic events that we have to deal with, and then most important is time. So farmer is doing all these activities. By the time he gets the information what to do, is too late. So we need a more precise and a quick method where he or she can access all that information timely basis. They can take its decision smartly. With that, I would like to thank all the agents and team that works with me on these multiple projects. I would like to name Zach, Brim, Lincoln, Zakwali, Hardy, Prissy, Sudi, Libby, Ethan, Christian, and all my graduate students and OPS people. Please raise your hands so that people know that you folks are helping me a lot. So there's nothing happened with one person. There's a team that delivers all these outcomes.